talking of taking action, and let's go and get through these questions. So can you tell me about Crime Lords?
Crime Lord is basically a concept that I came up with about a crime writing criminal. He comes out of prison and he's been a bank robber, now he just wants to write crime novels. Finds out that after 15 years everybody's writing books, everybody's making films, it's not as easy as he thinks. So he ends up having to go back and use these criminal sort of skills, but at the same time he uses his writing as a front, does book signings and social media.
Wow.
But he's not really, he's really writing a bit, it's meant to be fiction, but he's really writing a biography about him building up as being this big crime guy. So, but he's using the crime writing as a cover. So basically, I done a sort of pilot, a little sort of concept with Stevie that I done in Cold Blooded Killers.
Right.
We shot that about an hour's version, and then as time went on, we just started shooting more, and I shot 7 episodes over a few years. And just to get the idea for the concept for a series, and that's on Amazon Prime UK in the US. But when I shot it, I realised that I think it's a good solid concept. I can actually see it as I've been writing a novel as well, and I've got a series of novels, because it's much bigger than it really is, because it ends up getting into politics and businesses and music business and film business. So I wrote that as so that's something that I'm trying to get remade into a bigger series with names and a star, you know. So it's on Amazon Prime. So I made that. I've made all these films really in the last few years as your portfolio.
So how will you get the actors? How will you get, if you take me through how putting it on Amazon Prime will actually get to...
Amazon Prime is not to get an attraction to make the bigger version. Amazon Prime is just like, it's been made. A lot of people put their time into it as well, cast and crew. There's a lot of cast in it. A lot of people worked on it. So you don't just want to make something and just throw it anywhere. You know what I mean? So I wanted to get it out there for people as well. So it's like, well, let's see if we can get it on Amazon Prime, you know, because small movies and big movies are on there. So I got it on there. So anybody who wants to watch it around the world on their tablets, phones, television, it means they can watch it. Do you know what I mean? Again, it's a no budget thing. But for me, I'm using these things as part of, when I go to producers now and try and get the funding for bigger things, then at least they can see I'm proactive at making stuff. I'm not just talking about it. I'm actually producing them, I'm writing them and directing them. People respect that more, even if you're working with no money. That's what I was saying, like Robert Rodriguez and Christopher Nolan made their first movies for nothing. It's not about, you know, trying to make things that look like Hollywood. You'll never achieve that.
It's just getting it out there, isn't it?
It's just getting yourself out there and building your portfolio and doing your apprenticeship. You know, so that's what I've been doing.
That's brilliant. But see, so what would you compare Crime Lord to? Like, if I was wanting to watch something on Amazon Prime, then what would you sort of compare it to that you've watched? You don't watch TV that much, do you?
No, like somebody says to me, "Oh, that's, you know, you try to do the next Sopranos, the next Breaking Bad with no money," and it's like if you try to do the next Breaking Bad or Sopranos with no money, you will fail miserably because you cannot compete with shows that cost millions of pounds an episode, and it's different. No, I'm trying to create something that I identify with. Like an example, in the last 15 years, creativity. Everybody can make movies now. Everybody can write novels and post them. Everybody can make music and post it. This character that comes out suddenly, oh, I'm going to be a novelist now. No, everybody's doing that. The friend that he's got used to be in the porn industry. He can't make porn movies and make money anymore because that's collapsed. That's all free.
I thought you were going to say because he's getting too old.
No, because one of the characters, this business is collapsed. So these characters have actually got to evolve with the new times. So the world of crime has changed. So they evolve and get into a new crime sort of world, and he uses it. So I think when you're using your own experience, and they get into the movie business, because when his novels become successful, they're all made into movies. But he meets producers that are bigger gangsters than he's ever met before. So you can go into that world, and then you can get into the world so it's a world that I can understand. So it's a world that's fun to write about in novels. It's a world that's fun to write about in screenplays. So
who would you actually like to, in your head, who would you like to be in that film?
Well, that's down to producers. If you get you don't go and get the cast, you get the producers first.
Right.
Then if you get the producers on board, then they come up with suggestions and names. And it's not just one act. Today you can't just get one star. Today you have to get you have to get a lot of names. You know, to just
you're writing the actual. You wrote that series. Then
I never wrote that series thinking about any stars. I wrote that for me and my mate.
Right,
do you know what I mean? To showcase your acting. But then when you see these are really rich characters, and if you get rich characters that evolve and they've got a lot of sides to them, like he's a gangster, he's a writer, he's this, that usually interests stars, because stars like,
he's got a bit of a mixed,
there's a lot of colours, and there's a lot of,
Right,
that's usually the sort of characters that can attract names. And stuff.
so you're vlogging as well, so why do you vlog as well as doing this?
Well, I think today we all know, everybody knows that you have to do social media if you're trying to be a creative or in business, whatever. I think you've got to vlog, you've got to blog, you know, and you know, I can naturally talk about what I'm doing in films. So for me, I think if you're going to go on social media, just find what you kind of like doing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Of course, you're giving people good value as well, because obviously they can actually, they've got a real connection there.
Yeah.
The filmmaker, the actor.
Yeah.
You know, can just get.
Well, you know yourself, you're a vlogger, you go on live, you connect with people.
Yeah.
You're not just trying to plug, you know, businesses.
No, it's helpful information.
Yeah. So for me, it's like I used to go on social media and I would plug my posters and plug my film, and which is fine. But if that's all that you see, then you're just selling something.
Yeah.
And you don't want to do that. So you want to try and share your experience to give some sort of value. So that's really the reason for vlogging. Do you know what I mean?
And what inspires you about the film industry?
Not a great deal, to be honest about it. I don't. There's part of me is not inspired by the film industry, because the film industry really it's not like the music industry or other tech industries. It doesn't evolve it doesn't evolve with the times as fast. An example, even filmmakers that today, we've all got these cameras, but there's still a lot of people trying to make films that look, I've got the low budget version of that Hollywood movie. Instead of trying to reinvent filmmaking, that everybody's trying to make glossy looking videos that we've seen that before, the bigger budget version. I think today that we've got to evolve as filmmakers and tell stories in a different way. Whether make a serial that's got a spin off to a little movie or a spin off to a 5-minute thing that you can continue in a vlog. The music industry has always evolved. In the times of hip hop in the 80s, and they do experiment more, but filmmakers don't experiment quite the same.
So your thoughts on you were inspired in the film industry years and years ago. You're getting a bit sort of impatient with it then, as well.
No, because most films today are made as blockbusters. Hollywood makes blockbuster superhero movies, right? They don't make independent movies anymore the same as they used to. You know, your Easy Riders and Taxi Drivers. The stuff that's interesting today is the serials on Netflix and Amazon, like Breaking Bad's and the Juice and serials. There's a lot of interest in serials. That's where all the interesting stuff is going to, is serials and Netflix and streaming.
You can tell, that's it.
You know, that's where it's all gone.
That's where everybody's watching.
But that's the beauty today.
Netflix and Amazon Prime.
That's the beauty
that's all
today.
I ever watch.
You can make anything.
Yeah.
You don't need to get permission for Hollywood and make stuff. I'm talking about trying to get a budget for my series, but it's not really for Hollywood. It's for companies that produce stuff for Netflix and Amazon, and to make stuff that's a bit more interesting. You know, so the film industry in terms of Hollywood is not that inspiring anymore. Do you know what I mean? Because they just make superhero movies. You know, it's more to do with streaming companies. You know,
so that's probably that's probably your next.
That's my goal, is to try and get. And if I don't get bigger stuff made, I think if I continue to make small films and content and continue to make even over years and years and years, you build a niche audience. Then you've already built your audience. Do you know what I mean? So it's no all or nothing.
And it's your social media that's going to get you there faster, isn't it? By doing stuff every day, as you said, that you're making something.
I think it's, if you build stuff that's different and you're authentic and you're connecting with people and building a community, this is the beauty of the world today. You could almost be like Ed Wood. Ed Wood, if he was alive today, would have an audience now, because they're so quirky and so niche. So I think you just build your own audience. And if bigger things happen as well, great. But if they don't, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So
why is it then, when we've got social media, why are actors not acting on social media? Why are they actually posing and they're not? Why are they not showing what they can do? Because we've got a platform here that you can actually show.
Well, I don't think it's just with actors. I think that's where a lot of people, social media is used for a lot of fronting. Look how well I'm doing, look at my place, look at my clothes, look at my pictures.
I think just as acting goes, then is that it's almost like you've got a mini TV there.
You've got a channel.
You can actually show yourself what you're doing. Instead of,
if you want to be an actor, right, I never had this technology in my time. You know, you go out and you get some friends together, or you know somebody that's a writer, you write your own stuff, and you get a phone and you start shooting scenes, and you start, because look, if you get really good and you get really good, you can now take that footage, that film, and send it straight to a casting director. It's just insane. But it's really highlighting today that it's the work ethic that you've got to have. You've got to have a serious work ethic to make stuff and get your stuff out there, and no wait till you get cast in a film. Go out and make your own films. Because to be honest, what I want to be as an actor as well, I probably, you know, I've spent these years, but I don't want to be an actor sitting waiting for somebody to give me a part.
No.
My small movies I'll make to show me as an actor and keep making them. And then if somebody gives me a part, fine, great. So it's being proactive, do you know what I mean, that you've got to be today. You know, you've got to be proactive about your own work, you know, and get out there. And there's really no excuse.
Yeah,
and if you just want to pose online, then fine, but where are you going to get? Everybody's posing.
Yeah.
Millions of people are just posing, do you know what I mean?
I think the posing thing has to stop.
Nobody has to stop anything, but what I'm saying is, if you want to get a career and make things, people can spot bullshit right away. They're going to follow people that's got some sort of passion and energy in them for doing stuff, you know. Here's an example, right? If you're an actor and you're going for an audition and you don't get the part, which is most of the cases in actors, you don't get the part all the time. If you make a little vlog series about how you're learning and how you're struggling, you go to your audition, I screwed up today, I didn't do this, and you're filming your little vlog series beside you trying to get your career going, you're going to build an audience for that. If you're authentic and you're real, because people want to see that. It's your little reality show beside it. That's just as important as trying to get. And even if you're showing all your failures, people are going to respect you more for that. And saying, oh, I've got irons in every fire, so and so's on the phone, it's going to happen, tune in next week, just wait, I'm going to explode here. People can see through that bullshit. Do you know what I mean?
And that's more about them than what it is about people.
I think people are just scared to be. I think people are just scared to be authentic and show their mistakes and show their true human side. That's why when I do vlogs now, all I really talk about is the mistakes that I've made and how I've learned from them. You know, otherwise I could go on there. I could actually go on there and bullshit because I've made some small films now and say, so it's all happening. I'm fielding here and I'm fielding there and I'm fielding this.
You don't want to keep pushing yourself up. You want to kind of be real and say, well, you know, I've done this.
But what I'm saying is a lot of that's bullshit. I've seen people online saying, I'm just waiting for my 25 million, and it's like, but you're fronting. You're actually living this false life instead of being authentic and saying.
You think anybody cares?
I don't think anybody gives a fuck. You know, excuse my language, no. Because look, people follow people with money because they like following people with money or fame. So they'll follow Lady Gaga and Kim Kardashian and all the stars, and they can see that. But if you've not got that, then the only thing you've got is being authentic and being real and being you. And being your Rocky Balboa at the early stages, try to struggle and fight the way up there and make yourself something so that people can look back years and later look, he started with nothing.
Yeah, of course. We all love a wee story that, you know. I
think people respond to that more.
Rags to riches or a success, you know, a Helen back and this Mr. Super successful person is humble.
But it's like we talked about, no asking for solutions. A lot of people go in there and just share their struggles every day and their mental health and all this. I think that what's important is to share, we all struggle, but show how you're getting through it, to inspire other people.
And this is that's definitely key is you know, as much as we can appreciate that people do have problems and that they do have mental health or they do have issues, then I don't think people really in this modern world, and it sounds really unfair, but people are too busy with doing
the thing is, I used to get people saying to me, David, this is really hard, this business, and I don't think I can do, I never get this and I never get help, I never got a grant to go to film school or drama school, I never get this and neither that. Nobody gets anything. You know, the point is, what you're trying to get out is saying, if you're just going to put problems in front of you all the time, you're getting into a business that will throw rejection and problems at you non-stop for years. So if you want to go into that, don't go into that if you don't like problem solving. And that means, I've not got money to do this. Nobody knows me. Nobody cares. You've got to overcome that and love solving problems.
So it sounds like you've had your experience of actors and people that you've worked with in the past that actually have been full of excuses at times.
Only blessed to be we don't cast. You know, most of the
Yeah,
people I've
so
worked with.
how long does it take you to realise that there's these people?
Before I even cast them.
Really? So you would find out just even on social media?
I
you
don't
could
cast
see?
any. Yeah, social media is.
Is that the place that you would actually?
If I saw somebody that's good in the story when they can act, that doesn't mean to say they're going to be good to get on with.
Right.
So I look at the social media streams and I look over 6 months and I go, look, we're all human. We can all have our bad days and we can all be so fuck this and say this on there and moan about things. But if you've constantly get somebody that moans all the time and blames everybody else for the shortcomings or whatever, that's not the people I want to work with, because when you go to make films, you've got to be, it's like going to war. Yeah. So you need people beside you that are in the trenches with you that are positive. It's like I said before, that's why Tim Burton's will always work with the same people, Johnny Depp, or De Niro always works with DiCaprio, Scorsese always works with DiCaprio and De Niro, or a lot of these big filmmakers always work with the same people because of that.
Yeah.
Because
it's like replicating something that works.
Yeah, and well, because they have a fun time working with them. You can still have big stars that are pain in the backside to work with. So it's the same at this level. You've got to get people that you know that if you say you're going to turn up that time, they turn up. If you know we're shooting 16 hours a day and it's going to be tough, I'm there, you know. Yeah. So social media helps you find those people. Do you know what I mean? It does with me anyway. It does with me, you know.
Well, that's good.
You know, so yeah, that's why when you're on social media, me personally, you never really say, if I've got a bad day, nobody will ever know. In fact, you know, if I had cancer, nobody would ever know.
No, you would just leave, I know.
You know what I mean?
And as harsh as that is.
That's harsh. That's harsh.
It is harsh, but in a way, it's,
you know,
it's probably just showing that you're quite a kind person, that you're actually not going to
keeping your problems
saddle.
Because everybody else is. Do you know why? Because one day I was sitting and people were moaning about, I can't get a budget. Hey, 9 years ago I was bitching, I can't get a budget, a little bit, a couple of posts like that, I'm human. But then one day I sat and I had this stream for the news and Twitter, you know, you get your lists that you watch, and I saw this stream and it was a little girl in Syria, and she, in fact that's what was recently, it was another one, and she didn't have any legs and her father was lifting her and they put 2 cans on her feet because she didn't have feet, and it was like, Jesus Christ, and I hear all this moaning, I've not got enough likes, I can't get a budget, and I see all this horror, and that just woke me up. I'm never going to bitch about anything, no matter how bad it is for me. I'm never going to moan.
It does make you think, and it makes you think how lucky you are.
You know, I've not got a career, who cares? At least I can get up every day and try, and I can go to work, do you know what I mean? So the reason we're doing this is because the battery just went out in the other camera there, so this is, we're teething problems at the moment. So we're just wrapping this up. So
we're failing.
Yeah, we're failing.
Desperately. Miserably.
Yeah. But no, today was really to test out this, you know, this using this space and to see the other sort of lights that we need and stuff, and work things out. So that's why we're doing this little you know. So anyway, I'm not the host here. Evelyn, you're the host here.
Well,
it's your show.
This is the mic today.
I don't want to take over here. You know.
In between, no, that's absolutely
fine. So I'll let you wrap it up. You know.
Yeah. So so I think it's been a productive day. We've had a really good day, and I've been an absolute pleasure once again to welcome you to
chat again.
I'm sure you're going to be back here.
I think that your viewers have seen enough of me. You need some more guests.
Maybe they can tell me. Maybe you can give us your comments, guys.
You need some more guests.
Some comments, some feedback.
Yeah.
And subscribe, like, share.
And say, you know, we don't want to hear him again. He tells us we need to get off our backsides and go make movies and whatever. We don't want to hear that.
Well, that's good advice. I think it's good advice. That's where we cut off, actually, wasn't it? It was just,
I think so.
At that point, we were saying, you know, we've not got enough time in the day to actually talk about any problems that you do have, because we're too busy trying to just make something or to create.
Too busy getting on with things rather than saying, you know, it's as simple as that. And it's like I said before, years ago, this technology, even you know that this technology wasn't here, so you couldn't make a video show to promote anything or talk about anything. It's just insane, you know. I think when we've got experience, we've got that world. I think if you're 20 years old, but we've got, you know, that experience, that world without all this, so it's more amazing to us, even more.
Exactly. Yeah,
you know?
It's got. Imagine if we knew then what we know now. I remember my mum used to say that same cliche.
Yeah.
If you knew then what you know now, then you would have you'd have a wealth of experience, and you would be young. You would have your youth.
I don't. We're starting to sound too
old.
We've
got time for that nonsense now.
Yeah.
Oh well.
So we wrap it up.
We will wrap it up.
Yeah. Okay, thanks. It's your show, so you said I don't want to interfere.
I've already said thanks to you.
Okay,
How many
so
thanks do you need?
Thanks for everybody that's
I
watched the
won't
video. I really appreciate it, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye from me. Bye-bye from...
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. We're gone. Right, we're gone.
Take care.